There are 6 types of bridging visas in Australia. Bridging visa A, B, C, D, E, F. But we mainly know about bridging visa A, B, C, and E. F and D are not common. I'll explain you the differences between all the main 4 bridging visas, what we usually deal with every day. The bridging visa A, this is the visa when we apply any application while holding a visa, while holding a substantive visa. For example, you're holding a study visa and you apply for another study visa, then you get a bridging visa A, but it may not be active. It can only become active once your existing visa expires. So it's a kind of a fallback from one visa to another. So it's a bridge between 2 visas. So bridging visa A. Now, for example, you have to leave Australia while holding that bridging visa A. Then what will you do? You have to apply for a bridging visa B in that case. That bridging visa B is for a person who wants to go outside Australia and come back while that application is in process. So they can apply for a bridging visa B and they can go outside Australia and then come back. Bridging visa B, you need to apply, and bridging visa A is automatic. When you apply for an application, you get bridging visa A automatically. In some cases, if you don't get it, you need to apply that. But 99% cases, you get bridging visa A automatically. There is no additional cost. There is no additional application which you need to fill for the bridging visa A. But bridging visa B is an application with the fees. Basically, it's a separate application you have to put in so that you can get bridging visa B timely. It could be for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, depending upon the circumstances. During that time, you can travel outside Australia and come back while your existing application is in process. So, and once you're back in Australia, after the bridging visa B duration finishes, you will again fall back on bridging visa A. So this is how bridging visa A and B works. So the third category, the bridging visa C, which is also common, but that comes into picture when you come from one application to the other, but the second application has not yet approved. So basically you are on a bridging. So there is a bridge between 2 visas. So you are on a bridge A. So when you are on a bridge A and you apply for a third application, like for example, if you are holding a study visa and due to certain reason you have to extend that study visa, but when you apply for that study visa, you got your bridging visa A. Now, if you have not received the decision on that first application, so it could take 3 months. During that 3 months, you are holding a bridging visa A, but you got an opportunity to apply for another application, which could be 407, could be 408, could be 482, any application. When you apply for those applications while holding that bridging visa A, then you get bridging visa C, but inactive. Inactive means like it won't be active until you are holding that bridging visa A. When you withdraw that application, then your bridging visa A will break and you will fall back on bridging visa C. Then it becomes active. And at that time, the conditions of bridging visa C will become active as well. You will not have work rights, but you can apply for work rights. But travel rights is a problem. But work rights, you can apply and you can get that. But there are conditions, that the circumstances which you need to prove, that there is a financial hardship or there's employment requirements. So those things you need to prove in order to get those work rights back. But travel rights, it's a big problem. And the fourth main category is the bridging visa E, which also needs to be applied. And it has more restrictions involved. Travel rights, of course, you will not get travel rights in bridging visa E. If you leave the country, you cannot come back. This bridging visa is mainly to resolve your immigration status. For example, you don't have any visa at all, and your previous visas are expired, 28 days are over. You don't have anything, you don't have any visa to stay in the country, but you want to leave the country. So this is the visa you go for. Bridging visa E will allow you to stay in the country for 1 or 2 weeks, and this will not give you the right to apply for any other application straight away. But yes, there are certain visa applications that you may apply. It is the more critical visa, which may comes with additional conditions on it. In certain circumstances, there are very harsh conditions can be attached to this visa when you leave the country. You may get a bridging visa E, or you can apply for bridging visa E in the case of cancellation. If your visa got cancelled, then you will fall back on the bridging visa E, regardless of whatever visa you hold. So that is a kind of a critical visa which which will not give you any work rights, which will not give you any travel rights. If you leave Australia, you cannot come back. So you have to be very careful that if you fall back on bridging visa E, you must know the conditions, like what will happen to your visa, why you got the bridging visa E, what options do you have, because there are very limited visas you can apply on while holding bridging visa E. During ministerial intervention, yes, you can also apply for bridging visa E. There are certain other visas in which you can apply for bridging visa E. So it's a basically resolution of your status. The other two visas, bridging visa D and F, they're very uncommon. Bridging visa D is mainly when you apply for some visa application and become invalid due to certain reason. Then you can request the department for bridging visa D for a very short duration. It's 4 to 5 days only. So bridging visa F is mainly for the people like who have been victim of some criminal offense and the investigation is still in process. So you may apply for bridging visa F, but that's a completely different scenario. For immigration, it's very rare that you see that bridging visa F in picture. But bridging visa E and bridging visa C, these are the two complicated visas which may comes with the conditions. And there are options when some people they fall into a trap of applying for a bridging visa E when they could have applied for bridging visa C. So there are certain circumstances where you can avoid going for bridging visa E, where when you can easily secure your visa for bridging visa C. So it's better to go for C rather than E if you have an option. If you don't have an option, of course, like you have to apply for bridging visa E, but bridging visa C is better than bridging visa E. Bridging visa B is much better than bridging visa C. In some circumstances, B is better than A as well. And bridging visa A is the top of the line. So it's a best visa to get, and it's automatic. And you apply for any substantive visa and you get bridging visa A. So this is a kind of a gist of bridging visa A to F. If you want to know more in detail and understand like how these bridging visas works, then just put a small note for me and I will help you out. I'll make some more videos and I'll explain in a kind of a different way or in a detailed way so that you can understand like how these visas works. Thank you.